What's up, guys? It's the mic check. I'm Jack, and I'm here with Chiv's big return after surgery, his big surgery to become a woman. Shout out, Chiv.
Yep. I'm Siobhan now, though.
Shout out, Siobhan. I mean, incredible. I don't know, like, you told me it was kidney. You told all of us it was for your kidney, but obviously it's for...
I wanted a big shock.
I see. Well, you wanted to like add like clickbait kind of to the podcast a little bit.
Always.
I don't blame you guys. In case you guys didn't know, I hate to spoil the joke. This is my good cousin Tatum, of course, from as well. Like everybody that's on this podcast, I've known since I was a young lad, pretty much. So, and this is probably my really was when I was a young lad out of the womb type.
Yep.
So.
He's only 2 weeks older than me. So
exactly, it was. You know what they say: the older, the wiser. Okay. So I'm here, and I had to bring my good cousin here, but we have a phenomenal guest as well. With the top three, with the God, the Holy Spirit, with Jesus, we got our man Ace Bankz. Ace, I'm happy that you joined us. You know what I'm saying? We've been listening to your music, and thank you for even just agreeing to hop on, bro. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys for having me. Thank you for bringing me on.
Now, of course, I wanted to ask about the line. Of course, I'm talking about that you say your top three: God, Jesus, Holy Spirit. I thought that line was funny. I laughed. I was like, okay, that's funny. You want to give us a little insight on the line?
Basically like a little reference to the top three. Like you always can't give up. You always gotta keep fighting, keep pursuing what you want to pursue. Locking on your dreams. You know, be praying to God. Always carry you with what you believe in, because if what you believe in is most importantly gonna guide you to where you want to go. Basically, since I was a teenager, I made this a go-to plan. I used to play sports, baseball, basketball, things like that. Basically turning 13, 14 around there, diverted to a little bit of rap, making music. Started with my cousin. We started with an iPad, iPhone. Used to rap on voice memos and things like that.
I was going to say GarageBand?
Yeah, GarageBand, things like that. You know, the good old days. Just trying to basically be myself, always keeping the plan A the main thing. Basically, as I got older, I referred to myself and said, just got to keep believing, you know. I see my cousins do it. Everybody somewhat do it. But, you know, I've been the mainstay going with my dream, mainstay on the road, you know, always pursuing what I need to pursue.
Mm-hmm. And how I guess how is it for you, like making music with, you know, you have someone as close as your cousin making music with you and stuff like that? Do you guys go to the studio like together and make the music? Is it kind of separate and you guys are sending each other things as the years gone on? Like, you know, describe that kind of.
Well, unfortunately, he diverted on his own plan. I diverted on my own plan. So like, unfortunately, he doesn't make music anymore. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I do my own thing now. So I used to do it for him, but, you know, got to do it for yourself now. So that was one thing I taught myself, gotta be self-believing. Once I turned 20, I went to the studio for the first time. That was when I realized, okay, this is something that's possible. I said to myself, I want to get back to it. I went again like a month or two later after that, made a couple of songs. I made I believe I dropped Top, and I believe I dropped Envy, December 2021 around there. So just trying to basically keep the main thing, the motto is always just keep believing, self-belief, knowing that this is plan A. There's no other option, and making sure I stick to it.
Mm-hmm. And it's just like constantly just reminding you like, yo, I got to stick with this, like, and think of all of that. Well, I mean, do you make music with like anybody else, like in terms of like someone mixing it? Do you have like a producer, or is it just kind of, you know, you're going to the studio and it's a lot of it is just yourself? Like, what is it in the middle? Like, you describe it.
Right now, my process is I first went to a studio called Lounge Studios. That's where I first started out. Engineer, learning little by little how to make music, writing here and there. From there, I ran into an ad on Instagram, funny enough. I saw my engineer currently, his name is Gabriel Pearson, a.k.a. Third Eye Sound. He runs his own studio in Brooklyn. It's a MBG called Mixed by Gabriel. I've been recording there for the last 4 years. He's actually has a Billboard charting EP, everything. Me and him, yeah. So me and him been basically working the last 4 years. He's helped me with music writing, production, mixing, mastering. As I've gotten better, he's gotten better at mixing and mastering. So, you know, just working as a team, Pippen and Jordan, you know, like that.
Yeah. Shout out. Do you feel like he's like upping your game in a way? Like now it's like you know, like another level you're reaching.
100%. Yeah. He definitely has helped a lot, like with marketing. Little things like telling me how to like write certain things, taking out a line on the song, helping me like with certain takes, like always pushing me through. Like I'll do one take, he'll tell me like it doesn't sound good, we'll do it again. If it doesn't sound good after that, keep going, you know? Because like as long as it's like not perfection, you don't want to be like, oh, it sounds like too, automated and things like that. But you just gotta keep trying until you get where you want to get to.
Like trial and error. You know
Exactly.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
trial and error. Yeah, working basically melodies, trying to figure out which is the right tone.
Yeah. Do you feel like he's like the guy to tell you like, yo, this is not it? Or do you think he's like do you feel like he'll give you those hard answers?
100%. Yeah. Anybody who works with him will tell you the same thing. He give you those right answers. It's a creative flow. He works with you. He tries to make you better. At the end of the day, he's not going into the studio just like recording and just be like, yes, like this sounds good when it really doesn't. At the end of the day, the crowd hears it, people hear it, and it hears in your music. Because a lot of fans like hear the music with the mixing and the mastering. A lot of artists don't have that with a good engineer, especially here in the city.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they're probably like there's mad people that engineer in the city and stuff like that. There's like a lot of options, and then when you have someone like actually giving like creative input as well, that not just oh, let me just take this kid's money, move on, this that. You're actually getting feedback with it, and yeah, shout out to him, bro.
No, 100%. Like he's definitely inspiring me and making me sure get 100% better every day.
I get if you were to tell somebody, okay, this is my style, like what do you think, like I guess you could either name like artists in a way, like or just a subgenre of rap in general, but like what do you feel like is the sound you're really like pushing for?
I would say more of a melodic sound, like melody, more mixed with like the old school 90s rap. I would say Max B. I just started listening to him a little bit now, just coming out of prison, so I'm taking
Wait,
that.
who? Did you say you came out of prison?
No, Max B.
I
No,
you came out of prison, bro. I was like, wait, what? I was like, damn.
Listening to him now, because a lot of people say he started a lot of the waves. So like listening to him, mainly I listen to a lot of Lil Durk, a lot of the up and coming artists that predominantly the last 5 years. NBA Youngboy, a lot of those styles. Try to not copy, but mix it a little bit with my own style. Yeah, like try to listen a lot to 90s right now. Big Pun, Nas, Biggie. Mm-hmm. So drawing inspiration from different aspects, different strings, trying to make everything work the way I want to do it.
Yeah, like different talents, taking a little bit here and there and stuff like that, and like kind of melding them together to like make your own thing. I was gonna ask you, because you brought up NBA Youngboy. Did you go to his tour or anything like that? That tour was insane.
Unfortunately not, but I seen all those crazy videos, all those kids acting crazy with the ski mask and everything,
and all flags. The cancellations too, the riots.
What do you mean?
So for those guys that don't know, I'm talking about. We talked about this a few weeks ago and it happened, but NBA Youngboy did a tour, and just like this tour is like supposed to be the hottest tour it seems like in the country, because like this guy's been around in the game for so long, and like I said at the time, I didn't know that his popularity was that high, that like these arenas are packed out, like everyone's just having a good time, and literally just having a good time. Like there's also a viral video of a security guard getting getting fought like with a bunch of dudes, which maybe that's not as much of a fun time, at least for the security guard, but you know what I'm saying? 100%. That's just how crazy the tour is. It's like you can't control it. You know what I'm saying? It's 100%. Uncontrollable. And I guess like that's something that you want as well. Like you have like people just they can't even contain themselves when they hear
exactly.
This stuff.
Yeah, it's all about safety, especially in Chicago, where he has his, certain things with different artists and different areas. Want to keep for safety. If you feel like a lot of people can get in trouble, young people can get arrested here and there, you just gotta keep. When you go to a concert, you always got to be safe, sound, always know what you're doing. Don't try to copy what others are doing, because at the end of the day, if you're copying somebody, instigating something, it can always go wrong. I've been listening to Youngboy since he was like 16, 17. He's about like 2 or 3 years older than me.
From 2016 or 17, or when he was...
like when he was 16.
Wow,
like when we first released the 38 Baby on Dat Piff, Spinrilla.
And how many years is that about? Like
10 years maybe. When I was in high school, like when I first was like a freshman.
So
sophomore.
You've been kind of like riding with them.
Do you think he influenced you a lot?
I wouldn't say influenced me a lot, but a lot of the melodies and the style and like the emotional aspect and putting into music. Because at the end of the day, as being an artist, you got to be emotional. It's like being an actor. Like you got to show your emotions, like coming from different strings. You can't always be like monotone and showing the same thing all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, and NBA Youngboy does resonate with a lot of people from that. We had somebody on that was like a few weeks ago, and they were talking about like NBA Youngboy. I think they were talking about, maybe it wasn't, I don't know, but it was NBA Youngboy, and they were I believe someone was, maybe it was off camera, but they were just talking about like the emotion that he has, or that he talks about in the song and stuff like that. And NBA Youngboy's never really been for me per se, but it's been crazy to see the guy like grow like insane, like the past, like you said, 10 years, like I don't know. So what was 10 years ago? like 2015.
Yeah,
Like,
2015.
so I probably heard
Oh my
about him
gosh.
2017, maybe 2016, maybe.
Yeah,
But probably 2017.
he
And-
definitely like he dropped out like freshman year, and then he just went straight to rapping, and then like just made it his plan A. You know, just like pretty much like me. But you know, some people have a plan A, have different routes. You gotta take what you can get and make it your own.
And even you, like when you saying that, it makes sense too. Because even with NBA Youngboy, but 2017, like he was, of course, like I'm not saying he wasn't popping. Like he has songs with A Boogie and things like that. But he was popping. But now it's like I feel like even it
Next
just
level.
grows. Yeah, it's like growing. It doesn't like you usually see rappers go like, oh, those, you know. But it's like seems like with him, it's like it might not be like like a mediocre or not mediocre, opposite. I don't know, a huge rise or whatever.
You're not going to get him for an interview if you say that.
Yeah, dead ass, right. And usually we see like, oh, up, down, like, you know, not to add Ice Spice, but, you know, Ice Spice up there, like up, down,
Yeah,
you know
up,
what I'm
down.
saying? And we see other artists do that as well. But with him, it's been, keeping going, keep grinding, keep, you know, making music and stuff like that. And, you know, collaborating, and he's still dropping stuff. So
Yeah, I feel like before he went to federal prison and he came out to being on house arrest, he was just becoming big as he was going to be now. Like every time he would drop a song, number one on YouTube will be him. You go on YouTube again, it'll be him every Friday. He's like, he's always number one.
that's facts.
So everyone was saying Youngboy better as the hashtag. You know, so he was always getting support. It was just a matter of fact, like he couldn't tour, he couldn't do
Yeah.
anything. You're on a house arrest, so what do you?
I was
do?
actually just about to ask you that, like how much you think that affected his growth.
It affected it a lot actually, because like you're on house arrest, you only can do videos in your home surrounded by what you have, and you only can make the most of it. At the end of the day, like being in a mansion and having this big house, what can you do really? Like you're doing the same angles, different angles. You can do the same thing millions of times.
That's
but-
like what 6ix9ine. Remember 6ix9ine was doing? It was on that wave like
Yeah.
2020, doing like his music videos in his basement, like the Gooba music video and all that shit.
Yeah, like all
What's
those
your
videos.
favorite NBA Youngboy song?
It's tough to say. I have a lot of them.
Well, like a few, like you can name the top few.
I'll say Carter Baby off. That's probably one of my favorite ones off AI Youngboy too. That's one of my favorite ones. Damn, it's a lot.
Yeah, well, look, we'll take that as an answer. I mean,
No,
honestly.
there's just too many songs. The guy releases song after song. It's like 6 albums like every year, maybe, or mixtapes. Like doesn't matter what he release. It's always the consistency, and the fans appreciate the consistency.
Do you got any beef like NBA Youngboy does in the rap game? You made any enemies already? Or?
No, unfortunately not. Thank God. Like, always got to keep it peaceful. As much as the game, as they say, it's dirty and it's always fake, you always got to keep your eyes on peeled and always seeing what's coming through.
Are there any like rappers or anything that you don't really approve of though, or you have questions about? It could be big time.
I would say maybe a few things. Like, a lot of rappers, I would say, in New York right now, like, just copying each other, like, mixing, mastering, like, not caring about the sound, just putting whatever is out and it feels great to them in that moment. Because at the end of the day, you got to play the long game and you got to make yourself better as you go. And then, like, not worrying about the sound in that very moment is going to affect you because, like, fans are going to tune you out, not look up to you, things like that.
So are there particular trends you're not a big fan of then?
I'll say a lot of trends right now. I'll say drill rap, things like that.
Oh, you don't like drill rap?
I do, but like it also gets to a point where it's like always the same thing. Like, you know, like it doesn't sound like as good. People always like saying the same thing, but the mixing, the mastering is like what's important at the end of the day, and like the beats always sound the same. And I feel like some people don't want to evolve. So like in order to grow, you have to grow out of that box that you're in.
That
Yeah,
makes sense.
we saw Pop Smoke, like he started in the drill scene and like he evolved to like almost like a like I don't know how to put it, like a pop drill. You know what I'm saying? It was like a pop culture drill. It was like a drill digestible for like, you know, a normal like
And
like
everyday.
a non-specific, an everyday audience and stuff like that, like any generic audience and stuff like that. But like, did you like drill at first, or you're just like it was not for you? Because drill isn't. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, like at first I was like, what? But it depends on the artist. It always just really depends. Like it depends on what they're talking about. It depends how they're doing it, how they're delivering it. But the beats themselves, like off their grid, of course, is a drill beat, or at the end at least, it's a drill beat. And that's obviously a hard song. I mean, you know, there's no denying it. But is it just the genre in general, or has there been some standouts, or is it just, you know?
There's been a lot of standouts in the game, but like I always keep mentioning, it's always about making sure your sound is always number one. Because like if you don't focus on the sound, it's like when you come up, you just want to drop songs and just drop just a drop. But at the end of the day, like you also want to go to the studio, record as many songs as you have, and like get those songs, like, create a little staple, create a little file. Because at the end of the day, if you're not focusing on that mainly, it's going to affect you as you grow. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to know what's a good sound. And then once you go meet somebody who's going to give you a price for a mixing and a mastering, you're going to be like in shock because you're used to playing the low ball. So you got to play the high game. It's always a long game. Like, that's one thing I've learned from my engineers. Like, it's always the long game. Because, like, at the end of the day, he's had 10 years, like, of growing as an artist and growing as a producer. So, like, it's always the long game. I'm not playing about the short game.
Mm-hmm. And what do you feel like is like the biggest thing for like growing in rap today? Because I feel like even 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, it's a different game than it is today. But like in 2025, like what do you think is like, yo, you got to do this to?
I would say mainly marketing content. Like, if you're not feeding the algorithm in today's day, like, you're not going to be succeeding because like you got to post every day. It's basically like a 24/7 job. Like, if you're posting every day, you're going to get fans, you're going to get messages, you're going to get follows. But if you're only posting once a month, once a week, you're not going to get anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I've seen that in your content. You do post like I just saw also you did not recently, but it was like a year ago or so. You did like a performance with I forgot who, but it was like collabing with an Instagram, and it was like where was that performance at?
I did that in Long Island City last year. So like I did that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so
it looked familiar.
Yeah, so Long Island City by the Pepsi Cola sign. If you guys been there, probably
of course,
have.
yeah.
It's a pretty nice venue. The guy I took with me to shoot the video, he's never been there, so it was his first time. So he liked it. I usually go there sometimes to like calm down, vibe, see the nice water,
Yeah, the Pepsi Cola. I mean, look, that's just a staple in Queens,
Exactly.
of course. Shout out. But for the performance, how did that work? Like, was that something you set up on your own, or was it like? Because I thought it was like another brand or whatever, or another podcast type, entertainment type hit you up.
Basically, he has his own like little off like brand like for like shoots and things like that. So I just told him like, hey, let's do this for your brand, and then we can collab it.
Oh, okay.
It's all about expanding, So right now I'm in the process of trying to like expand my brand, expand who I am, trying to get my personality out there, trying to show myself more. Because if you don't show yourself as much now, people are not always gonna look through you and see through you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So are you usually the person to reach out, or like you?
Yeah,
frequently?
I usually do. Most of the time, I'll reach out, like inquire about pricing and things like that, just to get like a ballpark and things. Because if you don't reach out, you're always going to be hesitant. And like, if you're always hesitant, you're never going to have the confidence.
I guess how much do you like listen to fans, you know what I'm saying, or people that want to hear music from you or and instead of going on your own, like, have you ever wanted to like kind of venture into a new style in a way, but been kind of afraid of like fan reaction or just done it anyway? Like, what's your attitude on that?
Recently, the top 3 song, I was holding on to that for like over a year when I recorded that back in 24. That was like the first like rap rock song. I did that with my engineer. He produced that song. So like usually we work closely sometimes with beats, and then I also will venture out. Right now I'm working on an EP. It's gonna be called 8 Stories. It's gonna be produced by a producer from Philly. His name is Level 13. So we're gonna work on that. It's gonna be more of an old school sound. So I'm just trying to venture out in different things.
Oh, wow. So is it going to be like, so is that why you've been listening to like a lot of Biggie? Nas?
A lot of that, yeah. So that's going to be like the first EP. And then after that, I'm going to venture out into another EP, work with different producers. So I'm trying to have certain projects with certain producers and then load up on that. Once I have all those loaded up, and it just fully drop like an automated bomb on everybody.
So are these like, and I forgot that. Is that like a collab with like producers in a way, like kind of like Metro Boomin in a way, so it'll be like Ace X, and a producer, because I think that's a good idea. Not a lot of people are doing that outside of the big Metro Boomins and the biggest names, but are like, yo, like hit up a producer saying, you know what, like let's just collab on this, like let's do it. You know what I mean? I'm sure also a lot of producers probably are more hesitant to do it, maybe more than like a rapper per se, but like that's a good idea. And this what I'm really curious about is like, so this is kind of like how different is it? Because it sounds totally different if you're going into like a more like, I'm imagining like you said, like Biggie Nas, like, on a old school beat. And like, being more like lyrical and stuff like that. Not as much like obviously your style more with the auto-tune singing. So am I correct in that?
Yeah, you're 100% correct. That it's going to be more of a 90s, I would say like 80s, 90s rap, Lyrically, got to bring my best ability, which I can, Sometimes I don't show it off. I feel like in today's game, you don't listen to people who really rap or like rhyme and things like that. So not really copying people what they do right now with the melodic things, but more venturing out to what's popular in today's day, but also trying to peel back to what I grew up on, which is mainly like the Nas, the Biggie, the 50 Cent, the Jay-Z. So collaborating today's day with a producer helps out very much because like you know how to work, they'll know your style, you know what pocket to hit, what key to hit, like what BPM to hit, and things like that. Because like if you're working with different producers, you're always gonna have different things, different keys, different melodies. So you always gotta work with the same person.
Yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I like when, you know, and I like that we've been seeing, especially like someone like The Alchemist, you know, he just did Alfredo too with Freddie Gibbs, and he also did one with Hit Boy, right? He's rapping, right? And stuff like that with Hit Boy. So that was also a really good project, and that's literally him venturing to rapping. So yeah, like I like when the producers have their own projects and stuff. And like I was just saying this today, actually, there's probably so many producers that just have made so much money that like we don't even know. Like Murda Beats, like where is he today? You know, I was just saying that today to Chiv. Shout out Chiv, resting in recovery. He's actually here in the corner, but he's here. So shout out to Chiv. But what do you call it? No, but about staying with the same producer, I think is a good idea, and like just to get the same sound, and especially if you just have contact one, and even better when you're like, yo, let's make a project together, let's put both of our names. Is there like how many songs I guess are done out of these? Is this like an early idea? Is there like any estimate or anything like, you know, is it almost done? Like,
it's right now in the process. So like I just started off little by little. I've written about to like 20 of his beats, 25 right now. Wow. So I'm gonna try to record as many of those songs, maybe 25, 30, try to get it to
so
that.
You have full 25, 30 songs fully written. It's not like partially. So you have, wow. And then how many, like, and that's what you're telling us is like, just keep recording and then kind of select out which ones you put out, which makes sense, right? So that's about how much you'll do with the producer. And let's say like an EP is usually around, especially for these guys don't know, is usually around like 5 songs, usually maybe a little more, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8 at most. So it would be like around that length. So you're really like most of those songs, you're like, look, I'm only taking the best, or creme de la creme of, as they say, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's really interesting. I like that you're venturing into a new idea, and I definitely would want to listen to it because like hearing like, you know, you rapping, you know, you wouldn't think like, oh, now going into like a Nas style, and especially you saying about being a fan of NBA Youngboy. I guess you're saying it kind of started as Jay-Z, Nas, Biggie, you like those guys. And then eventually you went into NBA Youngboy and kind of found a more melodic sound. Like that's correct?
Yeah, 100%. I would say when you grow up, I'm a 2000s baby, so like at the end of the day, Jay-Z, Fabulous, Jadakiss. I unfortunately didn't get to listen to a lot of the Biggie and the Nas till I got to high school when I was a freshman. My mom's boyfriend always used to tell me, you gotta listen to old school music, you gotta listen to old school rap. That's what's gonna help you, that's what's gonna push you. I wouldn't say till I reached 20 I started listening to a lot of those rappers, because at the end of the day, they do help. It's not even just about the bars or about like the way they flow. It's like all about the beats, the way it's like flow, the way it's how you say it, like the pattern of the song, a bridge, a hook. Like doesn't matter like where it goes, but like it all flows together. And at the end of the day, that's like very key for me.
Who's like one of your favorite like of those like old school generation rappers?
I'll say Biggie and Nas, both of them. Nas, of course, being from Queens, and Biggie with his nonchalant style, I would call it, but also like hardcore. That's what I try to be a little bit like nonchalant, but also come off like hardcore, so like you can feel like the emotion and the raw, passionate energy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you listen to that new Alchemist X Mobb Deep album that just came out? Or
no, unfortunately not. But I did get to listen. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Big O.
I just listened to that as well. That was a good. That was really good. The song with like Mac Miller also really good. Like that, I like that album a lot, and I like what they're doing. For those guys that don't know, like Nas is basically bringing like all these old rappers and like, you know, making albums with them. Well, not with them, but like it's kind of like a whole collective. So like we had Mobb Deep, a sequel to like, you know, their other album or just another album together. Then Nas is supposed to come out with one. Big L just came out with one that was really good as well. I thought the mix was interesting of that as well, like with his voice and the stuff he was doing. It was different. It was for sure different. Sometimes I thought the mix of the voice was a little, you know, much, or maybe not like what I would have wanted to go more. Like I would have maybe preferred a little more clear, you know, from the mix, but I thought it was still a good album and stuff. But yeah, it kind of though was similar to that album.
Yeah, 100%. Mass Appeal, shout out to Mass Appeal. They're doing what they have to do, you know, bringing back old school rap, I would say. Good to see Big O, you know, helping out their family with the money, you know, situation, royalties and things like that. Not a lot of rappers know about royalties, putting your music out with like certain shows, TVs and things like that. Because at the end of the day, royalties is what matters, and there is music. There is money to be made in music. Because people will tell you, "Oh, you gotta stop making music. It's not gonna make money. It's not gonna make this." But At the end of the day, if you do post a song, it only makes you a third of a cent, this, that, and a third. Like everybody who looks it up, that can tell you how much it is. But if you continue to push and strive, you will put your songs out there. You will make money off royalties. You will make your money off of certain things because if people copyright, that is a lot of money coming your way.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of royalties, I was actually going to ask you, did you see this new like Roc Nation distribution platform that got announced? And so these guys that don't know, there's like a distribution, there's a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of things that people are complaining about. But the biggest one is it's an 85-15 split, essentially just to upload the music. So you're basically in there uploading your own music and just by doing it through Roc Nation, just by doing it through obviously Jay-Z's company and all this, you're going to, you pay, or you're essentially giving up 85% of the money you'd be getting. That's correct, right?
Yeah, 100%.
No, I was gonna say that's highway robbery. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, I just read today. TuneCore. I'm not sure if you're ever familiar with TuneCore. They paid out $5 billion to self-artists who have released music in the last, I believe, 5 years. So that helps out. I personally use United Masters. United Masters, you pay a one-time fee, $60 for the whole year. You can submit your songs to Twitch, ESPN, different live streams, different aspects. Also,
and it can be used.
Yeah,
like, so like UFC, for example, like they take a lot of that stuff I see all the time. Like they use for a trailer. So who knows? You could be on a fucking UFC trailer. That'd be crazy.
Exactly. So like you never know. You can get selected. It's just a submission. It's like a lottery ticket. You never know. You just put your name out there, and then at the same time, you gotta register your songs, ASCAP, things like that. If you don't register your songs, definitely gotta be making no money.
Yeah, I mean that would just be great. I mean, really, all it takes is like someone to be like, all right, you know what, this song will go perfect with this trailer or something. It could be for football, could be for whatever. It's ESPN and who else?
ESPN, Twitch, different syncing opportunities. I've also seen where you can look up on different opportunities where you can submit your songs to TV shows, different playlists, free options if you pay for it. Because at the end of the day, if you are paying to get on the playlist, it's obviously going to be falsified and not a real playlist. So you always got to see which ones are real. If it's free, just do the free option and then it will at least be legit.
Yeah. Even if the numbers aren't there, it's like that's organic. You know what I'm saying? It's not paid. It's not, bots or whatever, refreshing, redoing this or that. What do you think about people botting in music? That's like a hot ass topic. Everyone, do you think like I said this about botting. I'll say this about steroids too, but just about botting. Either like, I don't know, nobody's botting or everyone's botting. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I honestly don't know what botting is much, but I don't know. Is that no one's botting or everyone's botting? What do you think?
Pretty much it's I would say everybody. Ever since the pandemic, everyone's been using fake streams and things like that. Because like it's like followers. You can do it on Instagram, you can do it on Spotify, you can do it on Apple Music. You do it at the end of the day to get a bigger payout. Because you would think 100 streams will equal, like 100K streams will equal out to like $1 million, but it doesn't. It only equals out to like $100, $200 at the end of the day. So some people don't know that. If you look at Apple Music, Spotify, I would say Apple Music is more organic than Spotify because you can't fake the numbers on Apple Music. Not a lot of people know that.
Yeah,
so like,
I did not know that.
Yeah, so like if you look at the numbers on Apple Music, you really can't see the number of plays or anything. But if you notice, in the last couple of months, Spotify has taken away certain plays from a lot of artists because like they are botting. They're noticing that it is falsified plays. Because at the end of the day, you're cheating the system. It's like if you're gonna do something, you gotta do it the right way. It's like what I saw today on Instagram. People using AI to make their food look like raw, and like just basically to get a refund. It's like, what are you doing? You know, like you're cheating the system. So you can't cheat the system at the end of the day. You gotta do things the right way.
Yeah. What do you think about AI in music too? Like, because that's a big topic as well.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's like it's a good and a bad thing at the end of the day because it's good for artists if it's helping you write music and becoming a better writer. But if it's also taking over the aspect of where they're making music, making money over the artists, and the artists are not getting the right payout, and they're getting like contracts and things like that, and that's where it gets a little tricky because I believe my engineer posted that someone is a country singer now, a fully AI automated country singer. I think just signed to a label.
Yeah, I saw that.
So like at the end of the day, it's like now they're taking over. It's like robots. Sooner rather than later, they're gonna take over our jobs or try to do what we do. And it's like, how do we stop it?
Well, you want to know that's what I've been saying too is inevitable. What's going to happen is, think about how many engineers, producers, probably more so in engineers, But even, I don't know, I go back and forth with this if it could ever be done. But honestly, with seeing how I wouldn't have thought AI could do all this probably 10 years ago. So who knows where we'll be in 10 years. But I mean, maybe there could even be a point where like AI mixes a whole song. And then it's like, what happens to, there's so many people out there mixing and stuff like that. And people that are producing. I don't think as much producing you could do. But like I said, who knows? I wouldn't have said 10 years ago. So maybe people are going to be, and I wouldn't have said 10 years ago, people can make that you would have said that someone got signed to a record label just purely being AI. So I don't know.
I mean, I was going to say, actually, I was thinking like almost 20 years ago. Do you remember when Vocaloid got big?
Who?
Vocaloid.
No, I don't know who's
that. My God. It's really annoying to explain, but have you ever heard of Hatsune Miku?
No.
I feel like such a nerd explaining this right now, but no, she's a fake voice. Like someone creates the music and they use her voice as like synths or whatever. And she's been now she's like waved a lot, like not as big. But in the early 2000s, even in like 2010s, she was pretty huge. And they made like a bunch of sub ones with a bunch of different names. Mm-hmm. So I feel like all of this is kind of an after effect.
So it was
of that.
like what? Like it was basically like a synth and they were playing the synth as a voice?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because like at the end of the day, AI, like it's only been what, like 2 years that came out?
Yeah.
And then like everyone can just basically make a song with AI, write your music. They do produce, by the way. They do. They make beats.
Yeah, that is true. Because even with the songs, like they're not coming out of nowhere. You're not getting a beat and then putting AI on it. It's like they're creating that too. I guess you're right. And for that, I was gonna say, at least even then, at least with this synth, it's like someone's playing it. You know what I'm saying? At least.
I know,
but it's like
a lot of it at the time, people were like, it's technology. Like that's not saying.
Well, yeah,
but I'm just saying, like it's crazy. No, I know, and then everything kept on shifting. So I feel like this is just like another step in it. Like there's gonna be something else.
Because I do say like at the same time, like look, if everyone could just send their shit to AI to mix, it's like everything will be generic. So it's like at the end of the day, will the human touch always prevail? So maybe what I'm saying, will just be like another technology, that in the bump. But I don't know. I worry though because I just feel like that at the end of the day. At the top level, there probably will be, I don't think probably at the top level people are going to use AI engineers, but probably people at lower levels, like, that would be maybe going to a studio or would be going with an engineer. That is where I think you're going to run into maybe more issues and stuff like that. Cause I think it's inevitable. I mean, look, they're already able to edit shorts already and put the captions on themselves. So how long is it until it's a long length videos? How long until it's like movies? Soon enough. I mean, who knows?
I don't know. Here's the thing. I feel like it always comes down to people being lazy, though.
What do you mean?
When people are lazy, they don't really care about the quality as much.
Well, 100%.
Like that's what it comes down to with AI usually. Like it's not 1000%, but I'd say the majority of the time it's just people being too lazy to try and figure it out.
People being lazy, but also people trying to save money, not pay for editors, not pay for engineers.
Yeah,
and shit
but also
too.
not teaching themselves those skills.
Oh, yeah.
Like
it's like a 2-in-1 basically.
Yeah,
it's like you don't want to spend the money, but you also don't want to learn.
Exactly.
It's a valuable skills that you're giving away to just a generic system. Because at the end of the day, it is generic. Because like you can write things so many different ways, but it's going to give you the same exact answer, just different words, different verbiage. It's all going to be the same exact way. Like you said, you ask a question, it's going to ask you that same question back. Like, no, it's not going to be any different.
Like, I hate to be that guy. We live in the age of free information. Like, if you don't want to experiment with it, I'm not trying to blame people because people are busy. People have a lot of shit they have to do. But at the end of the day, being good at something is you putting a lot of effort into it. When you use AI just for that.
100%. But you also can make the time for things that you want to learn. Because, like, if there's something that you value and you put your mind and effort
that's exactly
into,
what I mean.
So, like you're going to feel like, oh, I rewarded myself. Because like at the end of the day, if you're just doing things free and easy, it's always gonna be like, okay, I can just like let it be. But if you're challenging yourself daily, like always like with music, if you're writing every day, challenging yourself, you're gonna become better. And when you're going to the studio, you're gonna become better. Like it's all about repetition. Some people don't want to put the repetition; they want everything handed straight to them.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like at the end of the day, human touch and all this stuff might prevail just because, like, even mixing, it's like, yeah, you could send it, but it's like, yo, like, there's certain mixes, like Travis Scott, like a lot of, like, Utopia, I thought the mixing on that was insane. Some of the stuff is like, oh, you can't, like, I mean, I guess AI could recreate it, but, like, it could recreate it if, like, you'd have to, be super specific.
Yeah. And it would also have to be fed it already. because it's artificial intelligence because it just takes in what other people have already done.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, that's right now, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you're saying like any mixing it does.
Yeah,
well have been
like
done.
it's all dependent on stuff it has access to.
I feel like it falls on the developer who develops the AI because like as time goes, you can develop it to become better. Because like at the end, it's like Gemini on Google. Like they've gotten better with it. Like sometimes, like right now, I'm taking a course on Coursera and like this for skills. It can help you with anything. Like it'll summarize a topic. It'll help you with homework. It'll help you with anything. So like,
is that like AI or?
Yeah, AI, Gemini. Yeah, so it's basically like the Samsung version.
Yeah.
So like basically their own version of it is much better than like Apple version.
Yeah. Well, what is better than the Apple version? The Google Gemini? Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, this Apple AI is absolutely like a joke. Like Apple needs to step up their shit. Like,
Exactly.
Terrible.
We have an AI lover in the house.
ChatGPT obviously I think is probably top, or I don't know, is it the top, or what would you say? Like
it's probably the most used, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, ChatGPT, especially if you have the premium option, it does help you. Like you can create a travel plan now. You can create different folders for different things. It can help you with music. You can access certain things. It can help you even with interview jobs for interviews that you're gonna do.
Emotional support.
Exactly, emotional support. It even helps you with
now we're getting into like a ethical dilemma there.
Exactly. Like you can even tell it like help me create a routine like that you want to follow. Basically, it'll help you. It's a benefit, and then there's a non-benefit. It's always a good and a bad. Like it's always going to be that always in life.
Yeah, like a tool in a way to use and stuff. Yeah. I mean, I agree. Now, I mean, I'm just curious to see where it goes, especially with music, how music will evolve. But like we were saying, music's always evolved. Like there's people that were like auto-tune. Those same people probably drop dead, have a heart attack hearing your stuff. Like back then, like in the 90s, like what? Or even 2000, like what the hell is this? But it's like now that's what you hear. It's like that's what happens over time is like with music. It evolves, all this stuff evolves, it changes. Like now we're in very much like you just said, we're talking about old school rap. Oh, now it's this. We're nowhere near that with, of today of like, Playboy Cardi, like I'm trying to think of like the top rappers like Travis Scott, what I'm saying? Like when he drops, he's going to be number one, you know what I'm saying? Even though he hasn't dropped since Utopia.
Exactly. Everything's about in the moment, in the vibe. It's all about what you create and what the fans remember in that moment. Not all about the long term, because at the end of the day, everyone was talking about Utopia, but how many people talk about it in today's day? Like how many people remember it as a classic? Like, do you want the moment or do you want like the notoriety? Like, do you want people to know you or not know you? Because people do know Travis Scott, he's selling out shows and things, but at the end of the day, like he'll drop an album today and it'll be forgotten tomorrow. Because at the end of the day,
you really think that about Travis?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, people are not going to continue listening to it. Because people were talking about, Utopia is the greatest album, but people only listen to it for the period of time.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to disagree, and I would hate to agree with you, I should say, because I don't want to agree with it, but like I can't. There isn't like. Although no, there is definitely songs like Sirens. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely songs from Utopia, but I mean, obviously, Astroworld was different. I mean, Astroworld's obviously a fucking classic. Birds in the Trap too was good. Rodeo. I mean, honestly, yeah, they're all. I would say Utopia is probably though like the most one. I agree with you. It felt like, dude, like each other album really made a splash.
Exactly. Like he, I feel like he tried to do too much on Utopia. I'm not really a big Travis fan, but I like his style. But at the end of the day, like I feel like he did too much experimenting on a style that is only his style. Not many people can copy that. At the end of the day,
I liked a lot of the experimental stuff from him. From the album and stuff, but like I see what you're saying. Like you want to make sure it's like not just an album, but like almost like an event. Like that's how big it is. It's like this is happening. Like
100%.
And I guess like what goes into like curating that because you have your own EP about to drop. So what I'm saying I'm expecting some movie magic here. You know what I'm saying? But,
yeah, like different. I'll say like when my engineer says like weird sounds, like adding weird things into the like when you're making a beat. Like he would put like different sounds, different things, like not trying to make a beat sound like today's beats because like at the end of the day you're gonna be copying somebody. So like he'll put like his own little spin, his own little flavor. Like what you saw with my mic performance with Light Up the Fuse, like that's his beat. So like that's like our style, like our like tag team. So like not many people have that type of style, those type of beats in today's game. Like the low voice, like we mixed with that type of style, nobody has that. So like with this EP, gonna go a little bit with the raw motion, but a little bit more with the low tone because that's like a little bit more of my style now. I'm trying to go for the low tone with the grittiness coming from Queens, show off a little bit, trying to be myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I like a good like album rollout. Like I feel like we don't really get those as much. Like they're far from between, but like when it's like a dope, like it feels like bigger. Like it's not just like like nowadays it feels like people just drop. It's like a mixtape. Okay, it's a bunch of songs just threw together in there, whatever. But it's like when there's like oh shit, like hints. There's a little okay, like you get the fans engaged. It helps the sales. It gets everything. And yeah, I think so. And what you're saying about the beats as well. Like a big thing for me listening, I like a lot of like the lyrical stuff. I like that. But I also like production, like the production, like usually when it's insane, I'm usually fucking with it especially hard. So I think it's like, it's good to mix of both. And I think it's good for your producer, even himself, to realize like I feel like almost different is the trend. So it's like, it's hard to copy the trend because it's to be different. So you can't copy it, but it's like, that's the trend right now.
100%. Because if you're a designer, I don't know if you saw what he just dropped his own type of style, like went back with the boom bap, like coming.
Oh really? No.
Yeah. No, like he dropped, like from Panda to compare to what he just dropped is like so totally different.
Yeah, I'm actually listening to
like
that,
you gotta listen to it. Like you would think it's not him. But it's a pretty dope song. Like he was just like rapping, like old school beat, 90s type of style, just doing it, Like if you gotta flow with the beat at the end of the day. It's like not really copying what Kendrick does, but Kendrick is a lot of what the old school still implies. Like the old school with the melodies, always mixing in the melodies. Because at the end of the day, you can have a boom bap, but you also have to have that melody where people like still in tune to it, like makes people like nod their head, like you're feeling it at the end of the day. And at the end of the day too, like you always want to make an EP or like an album, which is like probably 30 to 40 minutes max. Because like by the time you get off the train or you're getting to work, you want to be like finished listening to an album, not like listening to it and still getting to work and it's like still going on. Because like at the end of the day, not many people have an attention span as long enough.
Mm-hmm. And not only that too, a lot of it could sound the same. Like there's a lot of albums. I feel like that's the most common thing is like, you listen to an album, it's like, this is the same song I've just heard 20 times. Like it was good the first time, it was good the second time, it was okay the third time, and after that it's like, all right, come on, please.
Yeah, like you gotta change it. Like not many people want to change or adapt, and then it's like, why are you scared to change? Like it's your sound, it's your music. Like music is like your own choice. So like you don't have to keep copying what everyone else is doing. Like do your own thing, do your own trend. Everyone is one-on-one at the end of the day.
Let me ask you this. I give you a phone, right? I'm like, here, you can call anybody. You get the feature right now. He's pulling up to the studio with you and your guy. Who is it? Who is it going to be?
Lil Durk.
Lil Durk? Damn, really? Wow. Shout out. Damn. So I thought they were going to say NBA Youngboy or something like that. Lil Durk.
It'll be Durk.
So Durk is like the top. Is that like the top guy, or you just think would blend well with your style? Or is it both?
Because like, I'll be honest with you, Youngboy, I do listen to him, but like I faded a little bit, like over like the last year or so, because like everything sounds sometimes like repetitive with him. I'm not gonna lie, because like,
I agree. Yeah.
So like sometimes like it's good to take a break and then like come back to like what he just dropped, like Deshaun and things like that, like with DJ Khaled back in August. That was a good tape, in my opinion. So like it was like a refresh, and then like now he's gonna drop another tape. So I feel like he has to like elongate it. He's always dropping back to back to back. So it's like always like, the same song. So like for me, I had to take a little break. But now I'm back into listening to him again, back into like enjoying it. Lil Durk, I've been listening to Durk longer than Youngboy, to be honest with you. Yeah.
So you've been listening to Youngboy, or to Youngboy for 10 years or so.
I've listened to Durk since I was like in 7th, 8th grade. Like when he came out with This Ain't What You Want back in like 2012, 2013.
Was that like your first like introduction to rap, or like I know you said your cousins got you into it, but was it?
That was my first introduction to new school rap, I would say.
Oh,
like new artists. That's like the Chief Keef era, G Herbo, Little Bibby. Like when I was a freshman in high school, like in Chicago got bigger, like 2015, 2016. That's when it was really like popular, and everyone was like in tune, trying to listen to everybody. Like that's when like I feel like New York is trying to copy like. You get your like little hood fame, and then you get like little notoriety, and everyone knows you for just being here, but you're not like really popular.
Yeah.
So like I feel like that's what Chicago created. It's also like a resemblance of New York, because like if you mix both sounds, it's gonna sound really well.
Yeah, it's like they all like grew up in the same neighborhood, and then they all like grew up or blew up, and then it's like y'all like they all kind of know each other. It's like we're like, I knew you from 7th grade. You were like picking your nose in the back of the class.
Okay.
Like that.
I think that's just you, Jack.
Yeah, maybe it was just me. That's definitely what I was doing in 7th grade. How much are you though into production? You know what I'm saying, or yourself? Like, are you like you open up a production or a DAW and you're just lost, or?
Me, I tried at first when I was first making music, try to do everything myself. Like I'm not sure if you're familiar with Nav. Like when Nav was coming up like in 2017, like he was like doing everything himself, people say, like making the beats, like writing, producing, mixing, mastering. He was doing everything himself. So I tried to mimic that. I couldn't, obviously, so I just stuck to the rapping. When I get into the studio, I'll usually be like, I want this type of style. I want this type of tempo. Over the last few months, I've gotten used to like knowing what I want and like what type of tempo I want, or like what keys sound good on me. So like for right now, like F minor is good for me, and then like a tempo of 85 to like 155, 160 is good. So like just knowing that every time you go into the studio, it saves you time, and then at the same time, like you have the songs written. Some people go into the studio and waste time. I didn't even know that. Some people would just go into the studio, just waste time. Like me, I go to the, like I treat it like a job. So like some people will go there for like 3-4 hours, leave with like one song only.
Like smoke and stuff.
Yeah, smoke and shit.
Yeah.
Like they do all these things, drinking, all that stuff, thinking like it's a party. But at the end of the day, like they're paying for the time and they're not realizing that they're wasting it. But like I just went to the studio last month. The guy I was working with at the studio, he told me that like some people will come in for like 3-4 hours, do one song. And then like at the same time, I'll come in 3-4 hours and I'll do like 5-6 songs. So it's like just like all about like how much you want it, like how bad. Like you could say you want it. It's also about the work that you put in. Actions always are going to speak louder than words.
I'm excited to hear the new project. I'm excited to hear like all the things you got going on, you know, and honestly, I do apologize because I feel bad for the fact that, you know, Chiv couldn't be here for you, you know, a real podcast. But he told me though, he texted me, says he's crawled out of the bed through the hospital. And he said he wants to ask you the last question because we always have Chiv ask the last question. So he's crawling out of bed right now, out of his hospital bed. I don't know if you know this. He actually just gave away a kidney. So shout out.
He gave it to me. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. So thank you for saving my cousin Chiv. And Chiv, come on, Chiv. We'll bring Chiv out for you and he'll ask you the last question.
Sounds good.
Let's clap. The return of Chiv.
Want me to take your seat or take?
You don't gotta take any seat of me.
He just wants to push us out.
And you were do what?
All right, let me kneel down then.
Yeah. Here.
Nothing you're not used to.
I got See now?
It's okay, Chiv. Come on.
Actually, give me a second.
Look, I'm gonna talk while this happens, and I'll say.
Do you just want to sit here?
No. I'm trying to.
Oh, you're trying to think of a question?
I put Chiv a little on the spot, but look, shout out to Chiv. Those guys, obviously, like we talked about it. Let me ask Chiv this, actually. Yo, you could talk in Tatum's mic while I ask you this question, because I will ask you this. Yo, you want to tell everybody, like, what happened, how you're feeling out post-surgery, post-op, as they say?
Post-op? I'm feeling okay post-op, I would say. You know, it took a couple days, honestly. Well, actually, it only took a week, though. That's the thing, is that honestly, you can recover very quickly giving away a kidney. It's a lot of pain.
That is not what he said in the hospital.
And that is what I said. I said I'll be out here tomorrow when he went to the hospital. So yeah, no, I was honestly, it's just you're just tired all the time. You don't want to move, and it's uncomfortable. It is honestly the most uncomfortable thing I've ever done in my life. But other than that, it's a great experience. You know, I mean, it's.
You get the Jello?
No, they gave me no Jello.
Yo, they fucking hate you, bro.
No Jello at all. I think my mom bought me pudding once, but they didn't like bring in Jello at any point.
Your mom is so kind.
I mean,
why didn't she bring me pudding?
Get her kidney removed.
I'll work on that.
Yeah.
You have a question?
What do you think about our interview? What do you think of Tatum's interview? My interview? We did an interview last week.
This was good.
Yeah. Shout out to Ace for popping out and all this.
I feel like this is the most we stayed on, like the artist music.
Yeah.
It's very productive.
This is very productive. I learned a lot about him. That's why I'm trying to think of the last question.
I had a question.
Oh, yeah. Go ask a question.
I was going to say,
some time.
I saw on Instagram you said that you're a bilingual rapper, but when I was going through most of the music, it was just English. Is that something you want to like try to go into, or was that something more in your past?
Yeah, so I am Dominican and Colombian, so I do have a couple songs in the studio, just trying to perfect the sound. I'm not gonna put anything out that's like just to put it out at the end of the day. So I do want to put music out in Spanish. I'm gonna try to like diverge into that 2026 a little bit more into the Spanish sound. You know, like dive my foot into like what's going on with like the Bad Bunny, the Rauw Alejandro, those things. So like little by little, you know, I'm trying to get into the bilingual side of the rapping game, because also trying to incorporate that into my English.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I can imagine, bro. Like, you mean, rapping's tough enough, and then doing it in another language. I mean, even though you know the language, it's tough. We're actually gonna have someone, a little teaser for you guys. We're gonna have a little Dominican artist come in. I'm very excited.
I know you did not just say little Dominican artist, bro.
He didn't look little when I saw him. Like, he seemed like a tall dude. So, you know, honestly. So we'll have him on. Did you summon your question? Let's see.
I hope mine mogs.
I'm getting kicked out of the chair.
Only so I know that I'm centered.
Yeah, now it's me and Matt's show.
That's it. All right. All right, now we can start the real episode.
It's all warm up.
My last question for you actually is because you brought up earlier that you were working on an EP and you said that EP you want to switch your style up a little bit, or you say you want to do an old school style. Is that something that you think that you'll stick with, and that's why you're like trying, or you just, you know, it's just something that's right now, like you're just feeling it, you want to try that out?
I would say I'm gonna try to keep more of that into the sound. Keep the melodic sound more with the like old school. Maybe like switching the beats midway through, like having like a song like a minute and 30. Then after the minute and 30, switch like into like an interlude, like a boom bap sound. But mainly with this project, I want to like dive my foot mainly back into that lyrical side because like not many people have seen that. So like I do have potential with the lyrical side, and let's see where it takes me. At the end of the day, it's gonna be a fun journey with this project. It's gonna be little by little. Trying to challenge myself with the writing, challenge myself, trying to get better every day. Because at the end of the day, it is lyrical and it is like rhyming, not just like saying whatever on like on a melodic beat.
That's good. I hope to see. I'm glad to see it. You know.
All right.
Oh, shout out to Chiv.
My last question.
Yep.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Shout out. I'm gonna wrap this thing up now. You could.
All right.
I'll be back.
Go away, Matt.
Next week, everybody.
No, you won't.
All right, maybe
It's my
not.
show
They
now.
might kick me off, to be
We'll talk
honest,
about
but
that
I'll be back.
Let's see how this episode
I'll be back
performs.
next week. You know, until then, follow the mic check. That's all I got.
Shout out, bro. Shout out to Chiv for asking the last question. We had to give it to him. And that will be the last question. So that'll be at the end of the pod. Thank you, Tatum, for hopping on, taking Chiv's place. You know, it's a big seat to fill, but I think you've filled it successfully.
All right, don't say that, but appreciate
I'm
it.
just saying, there's little big shoes to fill, and your feet are ginormous. So you
Okay.
absolutely destroyed the shoes. So good job in a good way, though. In a good
Okay.
way, you destroyed the shoes. So shout out to Tatum. Shout out our guests too for popping out. Ace, good to see you. Guys, you guys go follow him. Link in the description.
Splendid is out right now. All DSPs, Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere you hear your music.
Shout out. I'm excited, bro. I was actually going to ask you about Splendid, but good thing you addressed it because I can't ask a final question. So
No worries.
I'll see you guys in the next episode. Subscribe button. Peace out, y'all. Beep.